Hello, I'm Canon EOS photographer Randall and Rueff, and today I want to talk to you about the differences between owning your equipment and renting your equipment. Now, first off, let me say, as an owner of equipment, I personally wouldn't consider myself a professional photographer if I didn't own my own equipment. However, there are a lot of professionals out there that do rent their equipment. More of us than not own it, but there are some out there that rent equipment. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? And that's not to say they're not good photographers or videographers. It's just some people like to rent their equipment. And today I'm going to talk to you about the differences and the benefits of owning your equipment and the benefits of renting it. Because there are definitely benefits to renting equipment as compared to owning it. Excuse me. First of all, let me talk about owning your equipment. I love my XL1S. I own this. Because I own this, I can put stickers on here that say audio controls. I can flip up the lid, audio controls. You know, I can put things that say PCR controls. I can put my name on it. So people say, ooh, who's doing that? Ooh, it's Randall and Rueff. You know what I'm saying? There are benefits to owning your equipment. Now, on the exact opposite side, to renting it, the benefits are very simple. If I was going in to rent this camera, I wouldn't do it. And why isn't it? Because there's a newer one that's smaller, probably HD. This one's right here, standard definition. I would nowadays rent a high definition camera to do what I'm going to do. Okay, so it's probably smaller. It's going to be HD, 99% chance of 100, and more than likely the battery life's going to be better, and it's going to be way less. Okay. So I want to rent something that's newer and more higher tech if I'm renting equipment. And that's also true of photography equipment. Okay, cameras are going to be higher resolution, going to be better battery life, you know, and more chances than not going to be not weigh as much. And in most cases, the camera and the video camera are going to be in one unit, one body. Back when I bought this, that wasn't the case. You had a video camera, you had a still camera. Nowadays, that is just not the case, okay? So, there's that, okay? The next thing you have to think about is maintenance. Now, this is my Canon XL1S. I have not had a single solitary problem with this camera, okay? However, I have had other cameras where I've had in the past, most notably my Minolta 35mm when I was still using film, where it got dust in it and it screwed up the camera, and it cost several hundred. It was like $250 to fix. It was very expensive. In fact, I ended up selling it to help pay for those costs. So I ended up later upgrading to a better one. But anyway, my point is I sold it, upgraded, and I paid for that part of that price towards upgrading. Anyway, my point is very simple. If I own this, I got to pay for maintenance. If I rent, when I go to rent equipment, most places have a thing where it's like for like $4 or $5 extra bucks, not much, you know, a small fee. You can add insurance. So if something breaks or doesn't go, you know, it's covered by insurance. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. Another thing to think about is, I have to admit, when I first got this camera, first of all, I love this camera. This is an awesome camera. But when I first got this camera, I wanted to sit there and just look at it and touch it and play with it and look at the controls and mess with the controls. Even after I had everything set up, I wanted to sit here and look at it because this is a thing of beauty. And when you spend $4,000 of your own money to buy something like this, I mean, it's just, you know, it's like you buy a new car or a new house. You want to, you know, especially when you buy a new car, you want to drive it and you want to see how fast it'll go and how slow, you know. You want to see all the new stuff that's got on it, right? Same way with your camera, at least for me as a photographer, a videographer. Whereas if I rent something, yeah, I'm excited to rent it, but it just doesn't have the same feeling of knowing, hey, I own this, this is mine. If you sleep with it, you can put it in your bed if you want to, you know, whereas if you have someone else, I have to admit, sleeping with your own camera is kind of weird too, but moving on. But, so there are advantages to both. And price-wise, like I said, if you're renting, You can set aside a certain percentage of your wedding fee to go toward the rental equipment. So you know, it doesn't take real long to find out, hey, this camera's going to cost this much to rent. It's going to cost this much to rent it. And you're going to know what you need to rent and what your client wants or clients want real quick. And you're going to know how quick, you know, if it'll be real easy to find out, hey, it's going to cost this much to rent that, and whatever you need. So you can set that aside for in your wedding budget. You know, for that reason. However, if you own your equipment, you got two possibilities. One, you can set that part that you were using for rent, you can put to buying new equipment, or what I like to do is put that percentage to me, where I get to spend it when I want to, you know, as profit, turn into profit. Instead of setting it aside, or what you can do is take a little bit of both. You can set some aside and some to profit. So, you know, take what you were going to spend over here, take half of it and put it toward new equipment, and half of it toward profit. So that's a win-win, the way I look at it. So if you own it, there's definitely a benefit there, okay? And like I said, one of the benefits I like about this is I can put my name on there. So people know, hey, who's taking, I'm sitting here doing my thing. Who's doing that? Oh, look, that's Randall and Rueff. Maybe we'll hire him to do our wedding. He's videotaping or photographing our friend's wedding. Maybe when we get married, we'll use him too. So, whereas if you didn't have that, if you were renting equipment, you don't put your name, generally put your name on borrowed equipment. Now it may not seem like much to just have your name on your equipment, but you'd be surprised how many people will take note of that. You know, especially if you have something really fancy or really nice that isn't too gaudy and that looks professional. So you'd be surprised what, you know, what kind of calls or what kind of buzz, if you will, by having your name on your equipment that looks really nice. Okay, so that's definitely an advantage. Okay, and just pride in ownership. I mean, I'm proud to own this equipment. I love it. My camera's over there and this camera, and I like owning my own equipment. So that's just a personal preference. So you know, own or rent, there are benefits to both. And whether you're borrowing or renting, or you own your own, always try your best to take care of the equipment. Because I like to think of, if this was my equipment and I loaned it to you to use, which probably isn't going to happen, but if it were to happen, if I was to loan you my good equipment that I paid good money for, I would want you to take as good care of this as I would if I was using it. Because this is my baby. This is my $4,000 video camera baby. Love it. So, you know, the golden rule is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Well, I say to you, that also extends to property. Do unto other people's property as you would have them do to your property. And I want people to take care of my property, so I'm going to do my best to take care of their property in the event I have to borrow it. It's just a good way to show respect, do good business, and in the end that will pay off in its own way. So I think I'll end with that and just say, for myself, Canon from Randall and Rueff, thanks for watching. Have a good day, and may God bless you, whether you rent, own, or do both. Bye.